Hello, everybody. You are watching CVG-TV. My name is Gregory Parks, and welcome to CONLink. With us today in the studio via remote is art director, game designer, cartoonist, and writer, John Kovalik. Hello, John. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Is this going to be your first time at Convergence, or have you been here before?
Oh, no. I've been, starting in the early aughts. I was there a few times. I think I was a special guest twice. Could be 3 times, but I've also been up there on my own. I love Convergence so much. I've got a lot of friends in the cities. It's a fabulous regional convention. It's probably one of my favorite conventions in the entire world.
Oh, thank you. That's great to hear. There are a couple of guests that say that, and so it's always nice to hear from multiple people that this is one of their favorite cons.
It is. So, it's really something special, and to be asked back is a really great honor.
Now, you did mention that you have some friends here. You do have some local connections, so a lot more people might be familiar with your work with illustrating for Munchkin and Kobold's 8 May Baby, but also you have done work for Fantasy Flight Games, now Asmodee, located in Roseville.
Yes.
And
Magblast was the game.
Magblast, yes.
Magblast, yes.
I said Mac, yeah. Magblast.
Okay.
But also, you are the author of a comic book that our very own Christopher Jones does art for, and that our very own Melissa Kercher also does work on with lettering and coloring. Is that correct?
It is. It's been out of print for a while, but it's one of my favorite projects. It's called Dr. Blink, Superhero Shrink. And yeah, being able to work with Chris and Melissa and Joseph Scrimshaw was just fabulous. I mean, it's just the best team you could possibly imagine. So essentially, the comic is the story of the psychologist to the superheroes. It's, Chris's artwork, it was just outstanding. Melissa's coloring was phenomenal. And yeah, an absolute blast to have worked with them. And hopefully one day there'll be more.
Yeah, hopefully. In the meantime, you kind of got to scour the internet and the stacks to find the book.
Yes. Well, I'm hoping to reprint the trade paperback soon, so that would be nice. And I've been kind of out of the publishing game for a while. We had our child was born in 2008, and so that's sort of the one thing which I had to kind of give up to get more family time was the publishing of the books, the Dork Tower collections, the Dr. Blink collection. But I'm partnering with some companies now, and I think all of the books should be back in print relatively soon.
Ooh, fingers crossed. That's exciting to hear.
Yes. It's a lot of fun.
Beautiful. Now, which came first for you? Which of these different hats that you wear came first for you? The art, the writing, or the game design?
Well, the game design definitely came last. It's the art and the writing, the cartooning and the writing have always kind of gone hand in hand. My mom was an editor for a publication called My Weekly Reader, which was put out by Wesleyan University Press. And she wrote a comic strip for kids. And so I grew up with her little sketches and drawings all over the house. And she also was the person who really encouraged my creativity. And so I cannot remember a time when I didn't have a crayon or a pencil or a pen in my hand. And the comic strip began when I was in high school, but I was also writing reviews and news stories for my high school paper. And so eventually, when I was doing it professionally, I had a comic strip that was nationally syndicated called Wildlife. But I was also the features writer at the State Journal, which is the city newspaper here in Madison, the morning city newspaper. Then I've been a gamer since the very first edition of Dungeons and Dragons, and all of a sudden I find myself with my hobbies becoming my profession, and it's a pretty fabulous place to be.
keeping it in Wisconsin, really, with the D&D from like the first gen into the
Well,
cartoon.
actually, I was living in England at the time, and so I was born. As you can tell from my accent, I was born in Manchester. Obviously,
Yes, heavy Manx. Yeah,
yes, Mancunian. And I was in college. Actually, no, this was before college. This was still in school in the southwest of England, in a county called Somerset, which is very cheese and dairy heavy. So it's essentially the Wisconsin of England. Yes. So when I moved to Wisconsin for college, I fit right in. But yeah, my first, I got the little white box of Dungeons and Dragons from a small store in London called Games Workshop. It was their first store. Yes, it was their first store, and they'd only been open a couple of years at the time. And it was this tiny little store in Hammersmith, one of the western suburbs areas of London. And I just remember walking in there and just being astounded at the number of games packed into this tiny little store. And it was just incredible.
And so is that also where the Warhamster kind of parody like came through that Games Workshop connection
a little bit,
memory?
yes.
And
Yes, yes. I did a signing in Nottingham, which is the home of Games Workshop. I did a tour of England several years ago, and one of the designers from Games Workshop came to get my book signed, but also to warn me that Games Workshop's lawyers were looking into Warhamster.
Oh.
Nothing came of it ever. So
Okay,
it was
good.
just,
Yeah.
yes. You don't want to offend the Emperor,
No.
the God Emperor
definitely.
of Games Workshop.
You definitely don't. No, not in this litigious world. And also, like you mentioned your mother was a cartoonist, and
Yes.
you're also, like, among these other things that you're doing, you are an editorial cartoonist.
Yes, well, I was
Yes,
professionally.
please talk about that.
Yeah, I was professionally for the State Journal, and in all honesty, I kind of hated it because most of my friends who are also editorial cartoonists, who are great, like some of the country's greatest editorial cartoonist, Steve Sack in Minneapolis, has always been a friend and a mentor, but many of the people who go into editorial cartooning go into it because of the politics, because they love the political system, and I hated it. I really came at it I didn't want to be part of the club. I didn't want to hang out with the senators or the Congress people. And I got some of my stuff published in the New York Times, and I kind of, at that point, it was like, I'm done with this. But however, politics has been creeping back into my comic strip, Dark Tower. And it's, when everything started going to heck back in 2017, following the 2016 election, I made the conscious decision. Well, the choice was, do I use Dark Tower, ostensibly a gaming comic strip? Do I use it as an escape for people, or do I just confront some of this stuff in society head on? And so, yeah, Dark Tower has since become quite political from time to time. I had some of the characters arrested in a Black Lives Matter protest. There's the pandemic was certainly front and center of the strip for a long time. Yeah. And, as I said, gaming was always my hobby and cartooning was my hobby. And so I would just talk about my life as a gamer in the strip. And then it essentially became just me talking about life in general.
And how do you, with as much as you enjoy cartooning and as much as you enjoy writing, and you've said that your hobbies you've been able to make your hobbies part of your career, yes, or build your career out of your hobbies. It can sometimes be difficult not to let that become all consuming and you lose the hobby part of it and the joy part of it. How do you maintain that with these things that you love that also help put food on the table?
Oh, it's the ADHD. Keeps me.
Perfect.
Yeah. My perfect day starts off at the drawing table. I love just putting ink on paper. It's just always been a joy. And I turn down a lot of gigs. I try to not to extend myself too much these days. But I've got other hobbies now. So I'm a second degree black belt in Taekwondo. I do most of the cooking around the house. So I've got these other hobbies which keep things, and I've always loved reading. Books are my Achilles heel. If you think gamers have got a pile of shame of unpainted lead, let me show you my book collection sometime.
I wouldn't know anything about that, and nobody else watching this would know anything about that.
Yes. So I've got plenty of things to keep it interesting, and I do try, like at 3 o'clock when 3 o'clock rolls. If I'm up and I'm starting work at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'll try to quit by 2 or 3, and do anything else, start working on supper, go for a walk, go for a bike ride. Got Taekwondo classes in the evenings. It's a little bit of everything. But yeah, I still love writing and I love drawing. It's fabulous. I cannot believe I get to be paid for this. And I'm never going to retire. People will just stop paying me at some point, I assume, but I'm just going to keep on writing and drawing.
It's like, well, I started out doing this, I'm going to end up doing this.
Exactly.
So when you attend cons, what is your favorite part about attending cons, about going to cons, or what are your favorite parts?
Oh, it is, for a start, cons can be work. I think both, from the organizers and the people coming as guests, they are a lot of work, but they're also so much fun. And I think for me, like I've been to conventions all over the world at this point, and I've got to say the thing which. Now, Convergence is very special for a start. There's a lot about Convergence I just love. But for a convention in general, if I'm doing a signing and, there'll be a line of people, some of them could be in the line for an hour or more, and you just draw them the Duck of Doom from Munchkin. And all of a sudden, their eyes light up. And no matter what country, like Italy, Germany, France, Australia, oh my God, it's the duck, he drew the duck. And you look up and you've just made somebody very happy. And that is just such a privilege to be able to make somebody's day like that. It's something I never want to take for granted because these people put food on my family's table. I love trying to make the person standing in front of me feel like for that moment that they're the most special person in the world. And And also, I'm really grateful people love the duck and not the gazebo, because I hate drawing the flipping gazebo so much. The duck, yeah, that's great. I'm so glad that took off. If I would have much less fun at conventions if I had to draw a couple hundred gazebos every time.
The duck is the saving grace.
Yes, yes. And you know, the duck has done well. I do this charity bike ride every year, and I've now been doing it for 13 years. It's for a local CSA cooperative, and so the money raised by this bike ride gets farm fresh food to low-income and elderly households. You know, so it's helping the farmer, it's helping the people with low income. But the first year I did this ride, I made this stupid, God, I don't even know if it was me or if it might have been Andrew Hackard who suggested this, that I ride with the plush Duck of Doom on my helmet if enough money was raised. And God help me, enough money has been raised every year since. And so I do this charity bike ride with a plush Duck of Doom strapped to my helmet, and I kind of actually hate it. I do not like calling attention to myself, but if it raises money for charity, that's great. And over the course of 13 bike rides, Munchkin and Dork Tower readers have raised $250,000 for this charity. So wow. It's like, yeah, the duck's not going away anytime soon, I don't think. But yeah, I don't like putting the duck on at all. I really don't.
You do it for charity and for the fans.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, you can never do enough for charity. It's when you find yourself in a position that you can help other people, and you've got this incredibly blessed life, you want to try and do what you can. And God help me, though, I hate that duck.
It's like, well, I guess this is the least I can do.
Yeah, exactly.
So as keeping with conventions, what is a dream convention scenario for you? Like, what would a dream convention scenario be?
Oh, boy. You know, honestly, probably the Lucca convention in Italy is simply because I've done that one a few times. Well, for a start, any convention that flies me to Europe, if I can go through London to visit my parents, that's a plus. You know, my parents still live in London. My sister lives in Brighton. But, you know, I love just traveling to places I've not seen. I was at a convention in Zagreb right before the pandemic, and I had never been to Croatia. And oh my God, it is a gorgeous country. It is absolutely beautiful. You know, the organizers took us to this national park the day before the convention, and just walking around Zagreb was amazing. It's, you know, the same with my first time in Lucca, this gorgeous walled city in Tuscany. And the food was so phenomenal, and it's just, you know, and I love being on panels with other folks. It's just, and Convergence has got the best panels I've ever been on. The people who come up with them really, really do their homework. They come up with some great concepts, and they're fabulous. Now, the worst case scenario happened to me in Germany at this giant gaming convention called Essen Spiel. And I love my German translators. It's a great company. They do Munchkin in Germany. They've had a huge success with it. But I was doing 3 days of signings, and there was supposed to be like a 1 hour signing in the morning and a 1 hour signing in the afternoon. But they had nobody cutting off the line. And they also, were giving away blank Munchkin cards as the freebie. So the first day was a 6-hour signing. The second day was a 7-hour signing, and the third day was a 7.5-hour signing, and it was exhausting. I mean, again, there were going to be 10,000 cartoonists who would swap their problems for mine, but oh my God, that was and. Somebody brought me a bottle of mead, and somebody brought me cookies. And at some point around 2 in the afternoon, I said, "Excuse me, I just need to go have some cookies and mead, and I'll be right back." That was essentially my lunch. So from that point on, the having somebody with a sign saying "End of the line," I've never done a signing without that since. It was I was begging people to come back, especially towards the end of the day. It's like, oh, just come back tomorrow. It'll be much nicer tomorrow morning.
I'll be rested.
Yes, but I think a convention like Convergence, or there are several around the world, and it's like they take good care of the guests, but they also make sure fans, readers, have got a terrific experience. And if it's just a happy place, you can tell it when the organizers are happy, the convention's running well, the guests are happy, the fans are happy. And, to me, that's really the definition of convergence.
Cool. It is a very beloved convention, and
it is.
It's always nice to hear.
I remember the first time walking into the House of Toast. I don't know if the House of Toast is still a thing, but it was.
It is not, unfortunately.
Oh, but it was just like,
no
oh my
longer.
God, an entire party room devoted to toast. This is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I've never seen anything like that at any convention in the world before. So
it was a thing of legend, and
yes.
Now it shall remain
it's
alive
toast.
in our hearts. Yes, it's toast. So to close up, one last question, one closing question. What are you working on now that has you most excited?
Well, this is a really big year. This is the 30th anniversary of Dork Tower. This is the 25th anniversary of Munchkin. And we're finally, I'm hoping it might be out by Convergence, but I'm working on, I finished the second edition of Munchkin. There's finally a Munchkin second edition coming out.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's glorious. It's really, for the last 15 years, again, Munchkin is 25 years old. And for the last 15 years, I've been desperate to redraw those cards. My style has changed, but also they were not drawn. Munchkin was the second full game I ever illustrated. And they were not drawn with great equipment. I was literally using thin Sharpies and terrible paper and just cranking these things out. I've drawn at this point more than 8,000 Munchkin cards. But yeah, Munchkin, the look of Munchkin has changed over the years. And so getting the original Munchkin game to look like the more recent Munchkin games, the art hasn't changed drastically. I went into this knowing that a lot of people consider some of these illustrations iconic. And so I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. I just wanted to draw them better, using better materials, better paper, finishing it up on the iPad Pro, just making it look really snazzy. And the game itself sings. It's like the first time I tried it, we had a 6-player game that finished in an hour, which for Munchkin is unheard of. It's just, it feels like Munchkin. It's got all of the backstabbiness, but it just plays faster and smoother and more elegantly now. So, and then the other thing is I'm putting out the first new Dork Tower collections in quite some time. And these are going to be the collections of the web strip. So the web strip, there are about 2,500 cartoons up on dorktower.com at the moment. And most of these the vast majority have never seen print. So I'm starting with the cartoons back from the early 2000s. And I'm not sure if we're going to kickstart that or if we could just get it into stores right away. But it's a little humbling looking back at work that is 25 or 30 years old, frankly. And my business manager is not allowing me to change anything about the strips because, again, if I could, I would redraw them all. But you know that would be a fool's errand, and I'm a perfect fool for such an errand. But
thanks to the power of ADHD.
Yes, I'm not going to George Lucas these things. It's there's going to be no special edition or anything like that. But it is a lot of fun, revisiting these strips from, well before this became my profession, and was still just an enormously enthusiastic hobbyist about the whole thing.
Oh, that's cool. That's exciting to hear. Both of those things are really exciting to hear. So thank you. And we're looking forward to those updates to Munchkin and the Dork Tower collection.
Yes.
So thank you for taking time out of your afternoon to speak with us here. And we look forward to seeing you at Convergence in a few weeks.
I cannot wait to get back. I love the show so dang much. It is just, man, I cannot wait. Also, I want a Juicy Lucy.
Oh yeah, yep. There's no shortage of those here in town. So
yep, Matt's.
You'll be hooked up.
Excellent.
You'll be hooked up.
Excellent.
Well, thank you for joining us, and have a good rest of your day.
Absolute pleasure. My pleasure. Take care.
And thank you all for joining us for CONLink. My name is Gregory Parks, and you are watching CVG-TV.
Please welcome to the stage the director of Star Trek: The Next Improvisation.
Hello, I am a holographic representation of a 21st century improv director. Who here likes Star Trek? I thought I was in the right place. Well, tonight you're about to see Star Trek: The Next Improvisation. So you're not going to see Picard, you're not going to see Worf, you're going to see a completely original show in the style of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Now, before I get too far into explaining it, let me first show you this. I have here the Star Trek Encyclopedia, a reference guide to the future. Ooh. In here is every piece of Star Trek lore, anything that's ever been in a Star Trek episode ever up until 1997. So this is somehow going to inspire our episode tonight. So I am going to leaf through it, and I'm going to need somebody to yell stop. I'm now going to wave my hands over these pages, and I'm going to need someone else to yell stop. Ooh, all right. Let me fix my book quick. Okay. We have landed on the Icalian asteroid belt. Located near the Cryosian system, this was believed to be the hiding place of a group of Cryosian rebels. In 2367, 2 freighters, one Ferengi and one other Cardassian, were attacked by Cryosian rebels near the belt. Again, this is the, and forgive my pronunciation, the Icalian asteroid belt. Located near the Cryosian system, this was believed to be the hiding place of a group of Cryosian rebels in 2367. 2 freighters, one Ferengi and the other Cardassian, were attacked by Cryosian rebels near that belt. So this is somehow going to influence our episode tonight. Now, again, as I said, you're not going to see Picard or Worf or any of the people on the Starship Enterprise. You're actually going to be seeing a brand new ship, an all-original ship, the USS Intrigue, the second best ship in the fleet, but the first hottest. So these people have been playing all original characters. One of our performers has been playing his character for up to 10 years. Guess who? You're also going to be seeing 2 performers dressed in all black. These are what we call our swing characters. They're going to be filling in the Starfleet admirals, the expendable red shirts, the aliens we encounter, everything that makes up a Star Trek episode. So that's what you're about to see tonight. We've got live music by Eric Ostrom over here. We've also got our wonderful soundboard operator, Jackson Mizuzaki. So all the sound effects you hear, that's him pulling them and playing them live on our own soundboard. Once again, our suggestion was this book, oh boy, was the Icalian, again, it's going to be pronounced one way or another, the Icalian asteroid belt located near the Cryosian system. This was first believed to be the hiding place of a group of Cryosian rebels in 2367. 2 freighters, one Ferengi and the other Cardassian, were attacked by Cryosian rebels near the belt. All right, give it up for Star Trek: The Next Improvisation.
All right, Captain, this is as close as we can get at warp. From here, we're going to have to take impulse in. Those asteroids are too close together.
Since when were you afraid, Ensign Kirk? I thought you were able to navigate anything.
I can, but it makes engineering nervous.
That it does. You're right. Can we see the asteroid belt on screen?
On screen, Captain.
Would you look at that?
That is an impressive belt, Captain.
Yes, quite. You'd have to be very large to wear it. They say this entire system is rich in different nutrients. And that's why it's been pillaged so many times.
Is that what... Captain, we're receiving a hail.
On screen?
On screen, Captain.
This is a distress call from the USS Garfield. We've been impacted by several asteroids and are seeking assistance. We need someone to be able to grab onto us and tow us out of here. Does your ship have that capability, Captain?
Of course we do. Stand down, USS Garfield. We'll come get you.
Thank you.
How far away are we?
Got about another 70,000 kilometers.
7,000?
70,000.
70,000? That's so much more. Well, hopefully the USS Garfield can hold out.
Captain.
Of course this would happen on a Monday for them.
Captain, if we're 70,000 kilometers out, we should be seeing them on our scanners.
Have we not picked them up on our scanners then?
Captain,
Well-
not seeing any life signs in the belt.
No ship and no life signs. Then who are we just talking to?
Are we talking to a ghost?
Good, Bob.
Space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Intrigue. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Captain's log, stardate 44244.4. We're in the Cryocean system, but we're alone. Or are we? We don't know. There are echoes here, perhaps from the past. But then again, where else could echoes come from? If they were from the future, they'd sound different, I imagine. I've asked the entire senior staff to join me in the observation lounge so that we can discuss and understand who was it that messaged us? How did they message us? When did they message us? And why?
Captain, it is possible that the ship was using some type of cloaking device that we couldn't recognize any life signs or their ship's signature. However, that technology does not exist for Federation.
Well, it exists, we just don't use it, right?
That is what I meant.
Captain, I did also want to point out that the closer we get into this belt system, I'm noticing some strange readings from the warp core.
Strange readings? How?
Well, it seems to be that there's a power fluctuation emanating from the center of the warp core that I've never seen before. I've been running scans, but it's going to take some time.
May I ask you a question personally, Lieutenant Felix?
Of course, Captain.
Since you first began life as a ship yourself before you turned into a hard-light android, do you have any experiences that you could draw upon and remember as your own time as a ship?
I can recall slightly when I myself had a warp core, and I'll be honest, it feels like the ship is afraid, Captain.
Afraid?
It's the closest approximation that I can give. A ship doesn't have feelings, much like myself, but it feels like a pulse of negativity.
Interesting.
I feel it myself, Captain.
Lieutenant Felix, I would like you to try and commune with the warp core. I want you to use the help of Ensign Latara.
Of course.
Mr. Sotan?
Captain?
Scan the asteroid belt for tachyon emissions. If there is a cloaked ship out there, we'll find it, whether they want us to or not, and I know they don't.
Captain,
Commander?
as your first officer, I would like to keep the possibility open that it might not be any one of these other things. You see, back on Kronos, my grandmother would tell me several tales of an afterlife. Sure, we believe in Stovacor for the heroic who died in battle. Sure, we believe in Gretor, where those without honor go after death. But she made allusion to a middle realm, which I believe in Earth Catholicism would have been referred to as purgatory.
Yes, I'm familiar with that one all too well.
What if we're dealing with the synthesis of both the supernatural and the technological, where perhaps this ship might be on the verge of gaining consciousness and it feels torn between the life it knew and the life that it could achieve.
Commander, are you implying the USS Intrigue is in purgatory?
No, Captain. I'm implying that perhaps the Garfield is.
Yet another ship promising us aid just to disappear. Where did it go?
Captain, they're not showing up on any of my scans. I can't imagine that they're anywhere near us.
498 members of our crew we've had to watch die until it's just the two of us. I will get us out of here.
Captain, I'm really scared.
I know that you've received a lot of very quick promotions.
Captain.
But I want you to know that I believe in your ability to survive. We don't know what took those other crew members, but you're still here and I'm still here.
Captain, I trust you with my life and I will do anything that you ask of me, but this is the 10th time we've tried.
I know. I don't understand. Do they hear us and then leave anyways? Do they not care?
I'm not sure, Captain. I know I'm new to this position, but in all of my experience, whenever something is lost and it can't be found, you have to go back to the first place where you thought it was.
Where was the first place that we thought we were?
Well, we were on a mission to go check on this planet.
All right.
And then as we entered the airspace, that's when things started to go wrong.
You're right.
Perhaps we need to go back to our original coordinates, and maybe if we can get another message to that ship, the Intrigue, maybe they can meet us there.
Commander Forrester, let's try your plan.
Okay, thanks for joining me on the holodeck.
Yeah.
I can't believe we find a ghost ship and suddenly I'm assigned to morale committee.
I tried to help Felix and he said it's a ship thing. You wouldn't understand because you're Bajoran and not a ship. I was like, fine, I'll go help Tam.
Thank you. Well, and I mean, I'm half Orion. I hate birthday parties. But I had this idea.
Yes.
What if we did something a little bit bigger?
Tell me.
I was thinking a ship-wide murder mystery.
And the birthday person is the one who was murdered?
I love that. Let's see who we've got. Ensign Chartreuse. No one will miss them.
Yeah.
All right. But here's my thought. Here's what we need. We need to be able to work holodeck functions anywhere on the ship. Otherwise, it's
Right.
so self-contained. And We need some way of killing people.
Look, I haven't told anyone else this.
Oh my God.
But the last time we were on Ryza, I downloaded a program that's like very illegal. Computer, load Latara's secret.
Latara's secret loading.
The people who get killed don't know that they've been killed, but they're not really killed. They just get transported to a different place on the ship.
And leave behind like a holographic body?
Yes.
That is amazing. No one will know what hit them. It'll be like, do you ever see that Earth movie, The Game?
I haven't seen any Earth movies.
Oh, it's great. This guy, he thinks that his life is all going to hell, and then in the end, it turns out that his whole family was just messing with him.
It's a
Thank you.
comedy?
No.
Okay.
Captain, I ran the scan on tachyon emissions and it came up empty. However, I had an idea to run a reverse radiation scan on the belt and take a look at this.
That's strange.
Indeed.
Explain it to me.
There is something there, Captain. It's being shrouded not by any device on the ship or anything like that. It is the belt itself.
Interesting. It's almost as if a stone dropped into a river. If it were dropped into a lake, we could see all the directions and where it came from, but instead the river is moving on its own. The stone drop is there, and there, and there, and there, somehow going back that way too.
And the river is muddy.
Well, yeah. Sotan, is there some type of way that we can triangulate and figure out where the signal itself is coming from?
I had that idea myself, and I am working on it.
Thank you. I have to say, I'm not a superstitious person, but hearing Commander Islog talk about purgatory has me thinking. You know, before my dead wife died, I used to think that anything that was supposed to happen will happen, and everything that happened was supposed to happen. Those things are the same. But after losing her, I have to realign my own parameters.
Captain, perhaps realigning the ship's parameters will help realign yours.
I hope so.
Joining me in the observation lounge, Forrester.
Of course, Captain, it's just us.
I guess no one else could. I thought with nothing showing up on scans, perhaps we could just sit and wait. Maybe we'll see it with our eyes before the ship can see it. Forrester, I've failed. I failed in the greatest way a captain can fail. I failed to keep everyone else safe. I failed to keep my ship in a time or place where anyone else is able to find it. I have foundationally, deeply messed up.
Captain, I understand the urge to be hard on yourself, but what happened was an anomaly. No other captain would have been able to save them.
Wouldn't they have, though? It happened to me. It happened to me and I couldn't. But what if it had happened to someone else and that ship is just out there? That ship is out there and they're fine. That captain was able to navigate it. Do you hear that?
Yes, it sounds like a message is trying to come through, but it's not clear, Captain.
I'm trying to dial in on the frequency. Forrester, you're better at this than I am. Come over here.
Let me see. Let me just try to patch us through using a stronger signal, and perhaps that'll clear up the message and it'll come through and... It's not working, Captain.
Forrester, if we can hear them, if we can find their ship, then we're close enough to just beam ourselves aboard.
You're right, Captain. Maybe I can find a way to triangulate their coordinates and I can get us there.
You've got about 30 seconds. Let's give it a go.
All right.
And then, like, if they're laying like this, like that meant that they were stabbed. But, like, if they're on their back, phaser.
That makes, yes. Oh, hold on. Ensign Chartreuse should be arriving here in the transporter room any minute.
Hey, guys!
Hey,
you need
what's up,
something?
Chartreuse?
Yeah.
So,
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
You remembered!
Yeah!
Oh my goodness, my mom just sent me a care package, and it had all of the things that I've really missed in it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Such as?
Laffy Taffy? It's a box of Laffy Taffy top to bottom, honestly. I ask the replicator for Laffy Taffy sometimes, but the jokes on it make no sense. You guys want some?
The Laffy Taffy murder.
The
Computer
what?
program the Laffy Taffy murder as follows.
Programming Laffy Taffy murder.
Good at this. You're dead, by the way.
What?
Lieutenant Morrow.
You're right.
Thank you for joining me in engineering. Commander Asok should be joining us momentarily.
I'm not sure why Ensign Latara couldn't be here. She's actually an engineer.
This isn't an engineering problem per se. Commander.
Hello, Felix.
Thank you for joining us.
Hello, Morrow.
I've been running scans on the warp core since everything started changing. And I needed to point something out to you both and ask you a personal favor. It seems that the warp core is changing. It's almost as if it itself, again, as I stated in the meeting, it's afraid of what's happening. That means that if it's emulating some form of emotion as a ship, and me as a former ship, I'm worried about what this can do to me. I'm worried that this can change me entirely. I've been running simulations, and there's a possibility that as we approach closer and closer to the belt, that I may not be me anymore. I may succumb to whatever it is that's acting on our warp core and our ship. So I've brought you here to ask you, should I change too much to please stop me? This means you might have to, for a lack of a better term, end me.
It won't come that far. Felix, you're a hard-light android. Most of the time when the crew gets sick, you're the only one that doesn't. So now you can think of this as a way to kind of connect with the crew in a way.
I wish it was that simple. But the fact of the matter is we don't know how much this will or can affect me. It could turn me into something that none of us want to interact with, that none of us can handle. I simply don't know. As not only crew, but as my friends, I'm asking you to stop me before anything terrible happens. Simply a safeguard. The chances are relatively low.
Lieutenant Felix, Morrow and I trust you implicitly. I also trust your analytical skills. If this is a true risk, I promise you as your friend that should you cease to be the being that stands before us, the being that we have known these years, I will not falter in my duty to you.
In that case, you'll need this. I've downloaded a specific program to each of your individual pads. Simply plug it in and take me out. You have full access to my internal being. This is not something I would trust many with, so I hope you understand how important this is. Given the need, you will kill me.
We will.
Commander Sotan, thank you for joining me in my quarters.
Yes, Captain. I isolated. I triangulated the position of the Garfields. I tried to hail them for 28 minutes and did not get a response or even an acknowledgement that they even heard me.
Well, do you trust your gut?
It worked!
Oh my God!
It worked.
We're here! Don't you recognize me?
Captain Fox.
Yes! And this is
Ensign
Commander Forrester.
Commander?
Yes.
You checked the ship's log. Sorry, you were an ensign.
I'm a commander now.
Congratulations.
Are you real? We escaped!
We received partial
Messages from you.
And I was able to track those coordinates and beam us aboard your ship. Thank you so much.
Yes, please, have a seat.
We haven't been anywhere that isn't the Garfield in 6 years. 6 years we've been waiting.
It's just...
Can I get you anything?
Why did you turn around?
We didn't. We've been here.
Why didn't you come to get us?
Felix, the captain.
Captain McKnight here. Go ahead, Felix.
Captain, did something happen? I feel strange. Captain.
Strange how? Strange things are happening all over, it seems. Captain, Commander, if you'll please.
Oh no. This is how...
Captain, ship's energy is dropping. We're at 80% power.
This is how it started on the Garfield.
Not again. Not again.
Not again.
I hate Mondays.
Ensign's log, stardate. Oh, they're all time-stamped anyway. You know when it is. We can't seem to get anyone to pay attention to the murder mystery. It's like no one even notices the ensigns are gone. Chartreuse has been missing for hours, and it's like no one even cares. We should have murdered them somewhere less obscure. And we might have to up the stakes.
Captain.
Yes?
I understand what you've gone through is very difficult. I can't even imagine what it is that you must feel right now, having lost so many of your crew.
6 years we've been in there. We had a strange malfunction, similar to the one that you began witnessing in your quarters. From there, one by one, our crew started to disappear.
Disappear?
They'd simply be gone. And not just in moments... not just in moments when you would think someone would disappear when they're alone. They would be walking down the hallway with someone else and they'd simply fade out. And you could see it on their faces, Captain. You could see that they knew what was happening and that they were afraid.
That sounds like a reasonable response. I'd be quite afraid if I were to feel that or see that as well.
Captain...
Is there a chance, Captain,
Yes.
that these crewmen of yours, they didn't die? Perhaps they moved through time.
Where would they be?
Somewhere else in time?
That's not an answer. The past? The future?
Are you familiar with the famous book series Outlander by Diana Goldblum?
My ex-wife used to read them.
Enter.
Oh, shh, shh. Hey, Captain?
Ensign?
Why are bananas so popular?
Probably the rich amount of potassium available in each of them?
People find them very appealing.
Yeah, that's basically it. I've been finding these things everywhere. Don't know why.
Shh, shh. This is how your crew behaves?
Sometimes, yes.
That man left the trash.
It's organic material. We'll put it back in the replicator. Enter, Commander.
Captain, I've been speaking with Mr. Sotan about his idea and his metaphor with the rock in the lake versus the rock in the river.
That was mine, actually, but yes.
Credit where credit is due, Captain.
He really inspired it, though. You're right, sorry.
My thought was that perhaps we could locate the Garfield through time in a similar way, approaching the concept of a large rock with water flowing around it.
Yes, much like when Claire had to go back to find Jamie again, once again to warn him about his possible death. That was Outlander, Book 3. Captain, may I get you anything from the replicator?
No, thank
Computer.
you. I don't have an appetite.
Strawberry Nesquik, lukewarm.
Captain, if I may be allowed to finish.
Yes, of course.
So perhaps we use the deflector array to emit a wide band in a cone, a wide band of chronotrons. And thereby, we can perhaps see, in a way similar to water flowing around a stone or a bat's echolocation, to locate the Garfield. And then utilize our tractor beam to extract it from its current situation.
You believe that you can modify your tractor beam to pull something not through space, but through time?
Well, given Lieutenant Felix and the mind of our new ensign Latara, I believe it is at the very least possible, if not probable.
We also have to take into account that we're losing power by the moment, and Lieutenant Commander Felix is also not feeling himself.
I'm going to go to engineering. I'm going to bring Commander Forrester with me.
Very well.
We did learn some ways that we can
almost
mitigate
slipped on
this.
that. Watch out now. We just get that here.
I'm going to see if there are ways that we can mitigate the speed at which your ship seems to be undergoing the same changes that the Garfield went under.
And Captain, with your permission, I will work with Lieutenant Felix on reformatting the deflector array.
Giddy up.
All right, so you've been leaving everything out, right? All the wrappers and stuff?
Yes, they practically led a trail of breadcrumbs right to the transporter room.
Okay, hold on. I do my best thinking in my heist programs.
Oh, nice. 20th century LA.
Uh-huh. We have to make people think that something else is happening. Apparently, a disappearing ensign isn't enough, which is not a very comforting thought.
No, I killed three more, by the way. Still no notice whatsoever. It's like they don't respect us, you know?
Right. It's like, you know, I could be helping.
Right? Exactly, right. Do you think we're just, I don't know, glorified interns?
No, I worked hard to be an ensign. I grew up on a refugee colony, and I worked in the bottom decks of the weirdest transport ships.
Right.
And then I applied to Starfleet, and then I got into Starfleet, and then I finished the academy, and now I'm here, and now I'm doing bottom deck stuff.
I'm so sorry to stumble in, but I found a Laffy Taffy wrapper outside, and I've been looking for the ensign for forever.
Of course, the ensigns care about the ensigns.
But don't you know? People are disappearing from the ship.
They noticed.
Oh, Ensign Scarlet, good work. Good work.
What do you think is happening?
Well, it has something to do with the two people who showed up on board.
Huh?
There's two people on board? There's two people on board from another ship? There's two people from a ship called the Garfield, and they're on board. And then people have been disappearing also. There's been some ensigns, and then there were some lieutenants, and then there's some lieutenant junior grades, and some lieutenant commanders, and then some commanders. The captain hasn't disappeared. No captains have disappeared, but that's because there's only the one of them.
Right? No, we wouldn't.
Computer, how many people has Latara's secret Laffy Taffy murder edition disappeared?
15.
And computer, how many officers are disappeared right now?
Unclear.
Wait, the program disappears people on its own?
It's not supposed to. Computer, did you do that?
I am following the program's protocols.
This is why you never buy software on Riza.
I've been running through your theory, Commander, and it seems technically possible given a little more time, but I've run into one additional problem with our new guests. Well, if you see here, the reason that we were running into problems as soon as you all entered the ship is that from an energy flux field, you all are entangled within the warp core drive itself. We are, and they are.
It's almost as if our ship is still trying to communicate with your ship, even though we've left our ship.
Correct. But in different time fields. You'll see here your ship, your warp core energy being emitting a very similar fear-like pulse that our ship is over here. And in the center, a time distillation field. Your crew disappeared from your time. Some of our crew has disappeared from our time, and they're here in the center. Purgatory.
When I was back on our ship, I started out as an engineer, though as people started disappearing, I had to abandon that post and become many other crew members. But before everything disappeared, I can recall when I was in our engineering, there was a bright light coming from our ships.
Similar to this? Oh. Sorry. I'm very strong. I'll replace that later. But similar to this one?
Similar to this, and similarly, things started crashing and falling out of place, and unexplained things started happening, and then people started disappearing, and I'm afraid that the same thing's gonna start happening here, and I don't know if I can go through that again.
Hold on a second. Commander, can I speak with you over here?
Yes.
So, Ten, if you would mind stepping in as well? I believe our individual timelines have been converging into one. I think I have a solution. However, my energy field has been more tied into this distillation field than anybody else's. And my lack of a physical being, if I were to disconnect this, which I do think would save their crew, it would be at the sacrifice of me, which I, of course, am very happy to do. Shall I set it up?
Perhaps there is another way.
I've ran simulations again and again and again. If you'll see here, my calculations.
This does seem like the only way.
Flawless as usual, Felix.
I've never made a mistake. Now, again, the life of one, and to be fair, a synthetic life at that, is certainly not worth that of a crew.
Felix?
And time is running out.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Felix. The warp core is acting up more.
Of course it is.
This doesn't look too good.
Time is running out.
Run it, Felix. We will monitor you and pull you out at the last second.
Of course. I would like to point out the chances of that working are practically zero. I believe the only way to solve this problem is to sacrifice myself.
As the captain would say, near zero is not zero.
Well, as the captain would say, giddy up.
Computer uninstall program Latara's secret.
I cannot do that.
We're up to 25.
Okay.
All right.
If we're causing, I mean me.
No, I mean, to be fair, I got you into this. I should have checked the software. I mean, not that you're not incredibly competent. You are. It's just you didn't know not to buy things on Risa.
I've never been told that.
Hey, you guys, I was told to come to the holiday.
26?
Okay.
The good news is everyone who dies
Hey,
is safe.
I kicked.
Computer, if officers...
I was really busy, y'all, but I was told to come to the...
The prophets are not going to forgive me for this.
Hey, is something cool happening here in the holo?
Okay, if we keep doing this, the transport buffer is going to be full, and we're not going to be able to bring them back anymore.
Computer, if we were to transport 2 live beings out of the holodeck, would you be able to replace our bodies with the temporally delayed missing officers?
No.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, there's only one way we get to follow them and help them out, right?
We have to kill them for real.
Whoa!
I don't know. I didn't read the code.
No, it's just if everyone is going into if we could get into the warp buffer with them, maybe.
Would you like me to disappear you?
Oh, I mean, that was
Yes.
where I was going. That's better than being shot. Sure, let's do that.
Lieutenant Felix, Commander, I've been told of your plan. And I don't feel as though it's correct for you to lose your life because of my mistakes.
I appreciate this level of kindness, but I assure you, as an android, I'm very understanding that my life is not balanced out to the lives of many biological beings.
But their lifespans are determined by their biological constraints. Yours isn't. Sure, that's 498 crew members, but even if each of them lived 100 years, you might still live longer than all of them combined if you don't do this.
Perhaps, from a time perspective, I would have more experiences, and I thank you for that possibility. But you have a chance to save your entire crew. I'm not excited about this prospect either. I like my time here. But as a member of Starfleet, are we not asked to sacrifice sometimes?
The problem is, Felix, once you've made one mistake so big, you spend the rest of your life paralyzed by fear. Since we became stuck 6 years ago, I haven't been able to know if any choice I make is the right one. I made one so catastrophic that 498 people disappeared. I can't tell you to do this or to not do this. I can barely tell myself to get up in the morning and do my job because I've become so terrible at it.
I understand. I do. But this is a chance for so many. I can't be responsible for that either. In essence, if I make this choice, am I not choosing to let them stay dead?
Felix, all of the auxiliary power has been put into the warp core. If you're going to do this, it needs to be now.
It's time, Felix.
I'm ready for this. Before I go, I want to say thank you all. My time here has been incredible. Should I not return?
Which you won't.
The chances are not great.
Psh, psh. Near zero is not zero, Lieutenant.
Captain, thank you for coming. Correct. Not zero is not zero. And of course, there's an opportunity and a chance, and I thank you all for this. But we all know what must be done for the greater good.
Tam! Tam!
Wait, where are you?
When are you?
Hello?
Tam!
Latar! So this is what the warp buffer looks like.
I don't like this.
No.
I don't like this.
No. It's very, very discomforting.
I feel a commander. I feel lieutenants, ensigns.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 more lieutenants right over here, and they're pissed.
Tam, there's There's hundreds.
Whoa, no.
There's hundreds of people in this
I thought
buffer.
it would stop with us. Oh, boy. All right, well, listen. We basically got half the crew in here. Somebody's got to know the way out. Okay, all of lower decks and several lower-ranking officers. This is Ensign Tam Kirk. Hi. Okay, so here's the thing. We are all in the transport buffer right now. Now, I know one of you has got to have some clever solution to how we get ourselves out from the inside.
Who was the first?
Well, that would be Chartreuse.
Who was the first?
Hey guys, you want a Laffy Taffy?
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Chartreuse.
Not great.
Was anyone here? Was anyone here before you got in here?
Yeah, this place has been crowded since I got here.
Wait, what?
With whom?
I don't know them. And I didn't think it was appropriate to introduce myself because I'm only an ensign. It's my first day on the ship.
Who are these voices?
There are entire ships worth of people in here.
I'm hearing some voices. Hello? Who's that? Who's there?
And
Can you hear me?
the problem is that I didn't bring enough Laffy Taffy for everyone, and my mom always said if you're going to bring Laffy Taffy,
You're good.
for everyone.
Maybe tell us a joke, though. I could really use a joke.
Morrow, before we begin, may I have a word?
Absolutely.
That program that I installed on your pad, you still have access to it, correct?
Of course I do.
I ran one more simulation. There is a chance that they could pull me out at the last second. Listen, the probability is that should they, many of the people from the Garfield will not make it through. The energy fluxes don't make sense from a math standpoint. We need all of me to be able to complete this transmission. When I'm over there, I need you to run this program. It's the only way to guarantee that they can't pull me out, that they can't kill those people. It would be an accident, but they're gonna try.
Felix, we're going to save everyone, and we can do it using your program. I swear to you.
Do you trust me?
Of course I do. That's why I'm going to do it.
Great.
Lieutenant, it's time.
Well, let's do this thing.
All right.
You'll pull me out at the last second, and everything will be fine.
I'll be fine.
See you on the other side.
On my mark, initiate it.
Felix, it's been sent. His hard light body.
Captain McKnight to engineering.
Engineering.
We're reading 498 life signs in the cargo bay. All crew members of the USS Garfield are accounted for. How's our man, Lieutenant Felix, doing?
Captain, we do not see him.
Wait, Commander Ashok! Felix gave you part of the program to shut him down too. He told me to use all of him to get him out there, but you still have some of him in your pad. Run it through the computer. Let's try and get him back.
Sending it to you, Sotan. Do you have it?
Yes. Yes. I see him.
If you're seeing this, I had just enough energy to say goodbye.
If you'll excuse me, gentlemen, I'm going to head to my quarters.
Oh, thank God, whatever you did, it worked. Listen, nobody died today.
Oh.
What?
Ensign, today is going to be a day of mourning, but also a day of celebration. In giving up his extraordinary life, Lieutenant Felix has saved an entire ship. His sacrifice will not be forgotten, nor can it.
I'm gonna be in my quarters.
Captain Fox.
Yes, Captain.
Thank you for staying behind. Your crew readies your ship.
Of course. They all have a lot of catching up to do. Some of them have been 500 years in the past, some 500 years in the future.
You should really read the Outlander books.
I have a feeling that I'm going to have to understand this particular kind of grief, which is what those books are about, no?
To some, yes. But to some, it's about love. And how love transcends time. It's the only thing we can feel without seeing. Yeah. Would you join us in 8 aft? We're going to have a drink and celebrate the life of our friend Lieutenant Felix. I was hoping you'd be willing to say a word or two.
Of course, Captain.
Ensign, I do not understand. It should only take one Vulcan to screw in a light bulb. It is just a light bulb.
It's a play on words. It's oh God, now's not the time, Captain.
Ensign?
Could I have a word?
Of course you can.
I downloaded the program onto the intrigue that caused the disappearances of our crew. And I don't understand what happened on the Garfield, but I suspect it was something similar.
I think it was different entirely. I didn't even know that had happened. You kind of just told on yourself.
Oh. Yeah, I missed a lot today. Sometimes Felix didn't want me around if it was, a ship thing, but I learned a lot from him, and I promise you that I will be better.
Ensign, you already are better for having known him. And you have a lot of catching up and big shoes to fill. But don't worry, you're more than capable.
Thank
and
you.
Stop downloading programs from RISA,
Okay.
even the legal ones. Captain?
If you'll all join me in raising a glass to your crew member, Lieutenant Felix. One man sacrificed himself so that 500 people might have a second chance. And I can think of nothing more that I can do to honor his memory than to say that I will work every day to use my second chance to live as bravely as he did. Thank you, Felix.
To Felix.
Sing me a song of a lass that was born. Say goodbye.
Come on. Where you go? Come on. We love you, Convergence! Thank you! greatest honor in the world to get to do this for you. We love you guys. We know you love this show. We all love the show. And if you didn't love this show, that's probably because you love the original so much. And we understand. We're the USS Intrigue on Instagram. You can follow us there. That's where we post all of our shows happening around the Twin Cities. We all love this. And yeah, I mean, just thank you. Thank you so much for coming and watching us today. Have a wonderful rest of your time.